What I keep talking about is the fight. Obviously, everybody in here, when Tyson called out, the whole stadium made it very clear what they wanted. They want to see the fight, and it's up to AJ now. I mean, if he either wants it or he don't, and we're going to get it on or we're not.
Anthony Joshua responds to Tyson Fury calling him for fight, and this time he's firing back with real intent. Anthony Joshua insists he is fully ready to face Tyson Fury and is not backing down from the challenge. He makes it clear he is prepared to step in and hurt Fury if the fight happens, showing confidence, aggression, and complete willingness to settle the rivalry inside the ring. Confidence from a former heavyweight champion who refuses to be labeled as avoiding anyone. Anthony Joshua makes it clear he is not ducking challenges and will return only when fully prepared. He emphasizes his long-standing dominance in the division and warns that his punching power remains dangerous enough to seriously trouble Tyson Fury if they ever meet in the ring, signaling a potential explosive showdown. Fighter completely locked in on one target, refusing every other option in the division. Tyson Fury makes it clear that his focus is only on Anthony Joshua, dismissing rankings, belts, and rising contenders. He presents this as the defining fight for British boxing, signaling that everything else is irrelevant unless this mega showdown happens next, intensifying pressure on both camps to make it official.
If it ain't Anthony Joshua next, I'm not interested in boxing. I'll eat 1,000 Easter eggs, go up to 35 stone, I'm out. I'm not interested. It's either him or I'm gone again. I'm not interested at all. I'm not interested in up-and-comers. I'm not interested in someone trying to prove a point over me. I don't care. I don't care about rankings. I don't care about belts. I only care now about AJ. That fight. That's the defining fight for British boxing.
Frank Warren reacts after Tyson Fury's call out to Anthony Joshua, and he's demanding action, not excuses. Frank Warren questions why Anthony Joshua didn't immediately respond in the ring and insists the heavyweight division needs this fight next. The message is clear. Fans are tired of talk and want both fighters to finally settle it inside the ring.
Go on, let's talk about today. What did you just see?
Tyson called him out. AJ didn't get up in the ring. Why do you think that is?
I don't know, you got to ask him that. It doesn't matter. What you need to do, what he needs to do is get in the ring with him next. That's what everybody wants to see. Did you hear everybody? They all want to see the fight.
We want to see the fight.
The whole nation wants to see the fight.
Was it true that the fight...
Eddie Hearn responds to criticism over the Fury versus Joshua negotiations, and he pushes back hard. Eddie Hearn denies claims that Anthony Joshua is avoiding pressure while accusing Tyson Fury of controlling negotiations. He insists the fight is still alive but not yet finalized, keeping tension high as both sides continue trading verbal blows instead of signing contracts.
AJ called him the landlord in there. Is he just sick of the years of back and forth at this point?
Yeah, because he wants to call the shots, Fury. He always has done. And that's why the fight never happened. So AJ's just saying, look, you need me, you're calling me, and you'll get me. Yeah, the fight, very confident the fight will happen, but at the moment, nothing signed.
Fury said AJ's terrified. Obviously you don't agree, but yeah, what do you make of that?
Terrified of what? That tonight?
Yeah.
Think you'd be terrified of that? Come on. Even Fury fans, as I was walking out tonight, not the same energy. They know.
Adam Smith reveals new details about the Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua negotiations, and the situation is still unresolved. Adam Smith reports that Fury may already be signed while Joshua's side remains incomplete, keeping the fight officially unconfirmed. The division is now under massive pressure as fans demand closure, but contract uncertainty continues to delay the biggest heavyweight showdown in modern boxing.
He came, as I said, I thought that the fight would be certainly teased, if not agreed, in the ring afterwards for September. That's what I've been hearing. But yeah, we heard in the press conference Tyson Fury signed and maybe AJ hasn't.
Carl Froch breaks down the Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua situation, and he directly questions the narrative around hesitation. Carl Froch suggests Anthony Joshua appears less eager for the fight while still insisting the clash is inevitable. He praises Tyson Fury's recent performance and momentum, stressing that a real face-to-face moment is needed to prove this rivalry is authentic and finally bring the fight to life.
The only person that don't want that fight, or sounded like they didn't want the fight, was Anthony Joshua. Talking about not stealing his thunder, whatever. I think the fight's going to happen. I think the fight is happening, and we're all looking forward to it. But Tyson Fury deserves respect, deserves credit, and yeah, we've got to acknowledge that he's just had a solid 12 rounds against a game opponent, and he got some good work in there, and that will set him up for the Anthony Joshua fight. And I'd like to see these two come together a little bit and just be face to face, up close and personal. Then you know it's real. And
the heavyweight debate gets a brutally honest reality check as Derek Chisora refuses to sugarcoat his opinion on the hype around Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua. Derek Chisora questions the excitement level and warns that Joshua still carries serious knockout danger for any opponent. His frustration shows a fighter's raw perspective, proving this matchup is far from guaranteed domination and remains highly unpredictable if it ever happens.
Fight, nobody sat the fuck down. Everybody was buzzing. These fight, we fucking fell asleep. He cannot give us any. I don't even know why he's calling out AJ. AJ fucking smoking. He needs to relax when I cool shout out. That fight was shit.
Inside the Fury camp, the confidence has shifted into caution as Shane Fury delivers a more balanced assessment of the potential showdown. Shane Fury explains that what was once a one-sided prediction has now become much closer, with age and timing narrowing the gap between Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua. He still leans slightly toward Fury, but admits this fight is now extremely competitive and far less predictable than before.
5 or 6 years ago, or 4 or 5 years ago, however long it would have been, it'd have been 75-25 Tyson. Now it evens up. The odds is evened up. I reckon I'd favour Tyson, but it's a close one. Both men's aged. It's just who's aged most. You know what I mean?
Tommy Fury questions why the Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua fight is still not finalized, and he doesn't understand the delay. Tommy Fury believes Anthony Joshua should have simply accepted the challenge without hesitation, arguing that Tyson Fury is already fully prepared and ready to go. He suggests the responsibility now lies entirely on Joshua's side, as the opportunity was clearly presented. His comments add pressure to the ongoing situation, framing the heavyweight clash as a fight that could already be confirmed if Joshua had acted more decisively and without overthinking the negotiation process.
I feel like all AJ had to say was, I accept. But he was going around the houses like too much. I don't know, it just didn't really make sense. Literally, all he had to say was, I accept, I'll see you soon. But I don't know, Tyson put the ball in his court, so it's all on his terms. Now Tyson's ready to go.
Sugar Hill Stewart and Joseph Parker offer a more patient view on the long-running heavyweight drama between Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua. Sugar Hill Stewart explains that Joshua has been through challenges and deserves time before making major decisions, while Joseph Parker acknowledges that the fight has been discussed for years and still requires the right timing. Their combined perspective highlights that beyond hype and pressure, this matchup depends on readiness, respect, and perfect timing rather than rushed decisions or public demands.
Wait for it to happen. I mean, it's been talked about for the last 10 years. And Tyson said what he said tonight and gave him the opportunity to answer back. I'm not sure why. It would have been nice to see them in the ring to face off, you know? So I guess as fighters.
It would have been nice just to say yes.
Or say yes, yeah.
But listen, Anthony Joshua's been through something, and you know that has to be respected as well. When he feels like he's ready, then he'll say something. You know, hopefully or whatever. Or if he doesn't, he doesn't. I mean,
Spencer Brown reveals strong industry confidence that the Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua fight is closer than ever to being finalized. Spencer Brown suggests that negotiations are actively progressing behind the scenes, describing the process as carefully structured and nearing completion. He hints at major promotional involvement and possible global broadcast platforms supporting the event, making it one of the biggest potential fights in boxing history. While official confirmation is still pending, his comments strongly indicate that the long-awaited heavyweight showdown is moving toward a major announcement in the near future.
So now the fight will happen.
Definitely, this year.
Yeah, you know, we're just baking the cake. It's going to happen.
Turkey.
You know what Tyson said? He just told you.
But Turkey suggested that it was going to be announced tonight, so is there a deal in place?
Oh, that's Turkey's business, isn't it? Not mine. But Yeah, there's a lot I know, a lot I can't divulge, but I'm just going to say that this fight is going to happen. And the man behind it is Turkey O'Shea, and the company behind it will be Netflix.
Spencer Brown breaks down the heavyweight matchup between Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua with a straightforward but analytical view. Spencer Brown explains that while Anthony Joshua has proven knockout power similar to Arslanbek Makhmudov, the real challenge is whether he can actually land clean shots on Tyson Fury. He emphasizes that Fury's movement, size, ring intelligence, and adaptability. His breakdown highlights that this is not just a power fight, but a technical and strategic war between two elite heavyweights.
Does Anthony Joshua hit as hard as Makhmudov? Of course he does. But does he get to Tyson as easy? I don't think so.
Tyson said in the week he thinks AJ and Makhmudov will be a 50-50
It's two different. You've got to remember, it's a 50-50 fight. But you've got to remember this. Tyson's not. AJ's not a wrestler, so it's going to be easy to catch the Makhmudov. I'm telling you, it'll be a totally different fight, totally different physical confrontation between those two, and I still think Tyson wins the confrontation.
Andy Lee highlights why the Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua showdown still holds massive value despite years of delay. Andy Lee says the fight may have passed its absolute peak timing, but it remains one of the biggest events boxing can deliver. He compares its scale to legendary spectacles, emphasizing that fans will still fully embrace it regardless of age or timing because of the star power involved. According to him, both fighters are elite competitors, and the matchup represents a true fight for the ages in terms of global attention, commercial success, and historical importance in the sport of boxing.
I think it's a great fight for boxing and for fans. I don't think even man really needs it now. But it's been so long going on. Is it past sell-by date? Probably, but still, it's going to be the biggest. Look how big any Mike Tyson event is, even though how old it, I mean, so people are going to get behind it. And it will be a fight for the ages in terms of an event and in terms of the two guys fighting each other. They're both great fighters, and
Tommy Fury expresses frustration over the delay in finalizing the Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua fight. Tommy Fury believes the responsibility now lies entirely with Joshua, stating that Tyson Fury is ready and waiting for confirmation. He suggests the opportunity has been clearly presented and should have been accepted much earlier to avoid ongoing speculation. According to him, the longer the delay continues, the more unnecessary confusion surrounds the fight. His comments reinforce the idea that the heavyweight clash is already set in principle, and only final agreement is preventing one of boxing's biggest events from officially being announced.
the bounce in his step, really good.
Andy, before everybody wants to see Anthony Joshua fight, a lot of talk afterwards. If we do get it, what would you make of that British blockbuster?
I think it's a great fight for...
The Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua saga has now reached a decisive stage where words are no longer enough, and action is what the entire boxing world is waiting for. Tyson Fury has already made his position clear, showing full readiness and commitment to step into the ring, while Anthony Joshua now faces growing pressure to respond and finalize the deal. Promoters, insiders, and fighters all agree on one thing: this is the biggest heavyweight fight that can be made in modern boxing, and every delay only increases frustration among fans. Frank Warren's comments suggest that everything is lined up from one side, leaving only final confirmation pending from the other. If this fight happens, it could define an entire era of British boxing and become one of the most watched events globally. But if it falls apart again, it will go down as one of the biggest missed opportunities in sport. Now the question is simple: do you think Tyson Fury closes the deal easily, or does Anthony Joshua shock the world when it matters most? Drop your prediction in the comments and join the debate below.
It's up to him. Tyson's signed, he's up for it, and he's ready to go.
When it comes to call-outs, that was quite an epic call-out by Tyson Fury. What did you make of it?
But AJ's here. I mean, he's come to watch it, and that's an appropriate moment to do that. This is called promotion. That's what it's all about. And Tyson called him out, and he either wants to do it or he don't want to do it. So one way or another, we'll find out very soon.
rank in the plethora.
Frank Warren confirms Tyson Fury's position in the blockbuster showdown against Anthony Joshua, and he makes the stakes very clear. Frank Warren states that Tyson Fury is already signed and fully ready, leaving the decision entirely on Joshua's side. He also describes Fury's call-out as a perfect promotional moment, emphasizing that the sport is now waiting for Joshua's response to finally confirm one of boxing's biggest possible fights.